Hello there everyone, Shibby here. Hope everyone out there is doing well and seeing back once again with some more Pokemon trading card game pocket matches. Today's video I'm finally getting around to trying some of the new cards out of the Fantastical Parade set that just recently came out. And the first card I wanted to try out was this Alolan Ninetales EX. So I did my best to try to build a deck around it. Now the reason I opted to start with this Alolan Ninetales first is because it is the only card that I have duplicates of out of the new set. I'm still missing a lot of the X's and stuff, but I didn't have enough hourglasses to really draw a ton, so we live with what we got. Curse of a free player. But either way, for Alolan Ninetales, I kind of kept it very basic and just kind of paired it up with Greninja to kind of see if that would work out. The whole gimmick of Alolan Ninetales is when you attack with it, it prevents your opponent from attaching energy to the active Pokemon that they have out, so it can kind of be of a nuisance that way. And I figured pairing it up with Greninja to kind of chip away your opponent and they can't actually add energies to their active Pokemon would kind of be kind of frustrating. We've also got a normal EX Greninja in here just for good measure so we can swap Pokemon around and stuff like that. So we're going to see how this deck performs and see what we can actually get done with it. But I will have the entire deck list in the description of the video below, so you can try this deck out for yourself or just simply improve upon it. But yeah, as of right now, there's no ranked, so we're going to just take this into casual and see what we can get done, but I'll be back when I find my first match. Alrighty, so I found my first opponent here, and we are going first, unfortunately. But let's see what we can do. We got our Alolan Vulpix, and not much else on it, and they conceded immediately. Alright, good first match. Good first game to start with, and somehow Greninja EX was, was the MVP. Well, alright, well, very good start. I'll be back when I find my next opponent. Alrighty, let's get found my next opponent here. Alright, we got our pity win out of the way. I'll probably be the only win I get, but let's see if we can get lucky and string some more along here. But now we start out with Froakie instead of a Alolan Vulpix, and we don't have any other basics on our bench, unfortunately. But we'll do what we can. So we've got, looks like they're running Dark Energy, so this could be, I mean, a litany of things, but we'll see what we're up against as they are making a choice as to what to play first. Alright, I don't know what order of operations would be better for this deck. I mean, I imagine it's probably just better, excuse me, if you can, to start out with a Alolan Vulpix and get that evolved immediately while you build up Greninja on the bench. Probably the wiser step. And are they actually going to play a card here? Or are we going to get two pity victories back to back? Is there, can you time out like on the going first thing? I've never had this happen. Is that a possibility? I actually don't know how long I've been sitting here waiting for this to start. Hello. Are you there? Can you hear me, opponent? Waiting for opponent setup. Well, maybe they're gone. Maybe the game has also locked up and something weird is happening. Many things could also be true. You there, bud? Well, it looks like it's working all right. And you get a long time to to make the first move. All right, well, let's see how long this match lasts for. All right, we immediately draw our Vulpix. Let's get the lad on the bench. Draw real quick, and we do have a rare candy as well, so we can get Greninja out. So there is that. All right. You don't really need the rare candy for Vulpix. All right, so we're playing Mega Absol. Got the NDD to heal. I should probably get rid of it first. So it can't heal, but they've already got their Dino out. Dino? Not really sure how to say that. Again, I can't pronounce names because I'm just a moron. Or read. I don't know if Alolan Ninetales would cancel out. God, what's the final evolution is called? Is it Hydreigon or something like that? I can't remember. But it has the effect to attach or doing damage to itself to attach energy to it. So I don't know if that would like counteract that in any way or not. Since you have the ability to prevent your opponent from attaching energy. I don't know if that counts or not. Alright, this is immediately going to get healed. Right, let's hope they don't have a rare candy of their own. Alright, they're going to immediately heal. This only needed 2 energy to attack. I thought it was 3. I'm stupid. I can't read or look at my cards. And they have a rare candy, so we're going to immediately lose our Greninja. It's already gone. We barely knew ye, Greninja. And there it is. They're going to take the 30 damage. And down we go. It's a good thing I didn't evolve into EX Greninja. Or maybe it wasn't a good thing. Who knows? Alright. Well, I really need... Well, getting Alolan Ninetales isn't going to help now, unfortunately. Well, I do believe we probably just lost. Because I could not draw into my cards. Really, the only shot I have of winning is just hoping they don't come back. That would be too lucky. Well, what an unfortunate opening hand. Fortunately, they were able to draw on everything they did, and I did not get that lucky. But we make it lucky enough to still win, even though we don't deserve it, so we'll see what happens here. If they opt to return or have pity. And they're gone. All right, well, we won off complete BS, but you know what? BS is still a win. I'll gladly take it. We were going to absolutely lose, but you know what? I technically won, so who really wins? Me. All right, well, we got completely lucky and should have lost, but it still counts either way. But good game to the opponent. I'm back going to find my next match. All right, looks like I found my next opponent here. Let's see if we can get our 3rd pity win in a row. How about it? Okay, well, we start with our Alolan Vulpix, but we have our entire Greninja line in our hand, and we're going up against Venusaur. All right, let's see if we can be a nuisance here and actually get into our Alolan Ninetales. I've not even seen it yet. Granted, we've only played 2 matches, and both of them have not really gone normally, we'll say. We're going to get Team Rocket and Greninja. So we'll just attack Bulbasaur here. And that'll be our turn. Alright, they have healed. Alright, if we can oak into Alolan Ninetales, we'll be in really good shape. Let's see if I can get that lucky. Alright, there's another Greninja. We've got the entire Greninja line, but unfortunately nothing to do with our Vulpix here. Cyrus and a Pokeball. Alright. Game does not want to give me Alolan Ninetales under any circumstance, it would appear. Alright, so we'll just attack. And that's all we can do. I mean, I guess I could have swapped into Froakie, but... Alright, so I've got their Ivysaur. Just going to give them the ability to attach energy, so their Venusaur is going to be built up. Alrighty, well, I really needed Alolan Ninetales to make this not happen, but I'm not going to get that lucky. Still didn't get it. Alright. Well, which Greninja would be best? I guess so. Well, actually, we still win here, I think. Alright, please play the rare candy. Please play the rare candy. Yeah, I think, yeah, we win regardless. I had to think for a second and try not to be absolutely a moron. I have to go against my basic instinct here. So we just swap, and we'll do 100, and that'd be the end of Ivysaur, and we would have won. All right, well, we have been lucky, very, very lucky today and gone 3-0. Let's see if we can pace some more wins, regardless of how gimmicky or bullshitty they are together. All right, well, good game to that opponent. I'm back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here. Let's see if we can go 4-0. How about it? Let's see if we can actually, let's actually see if we can get Alolan Ninetales out. This is what the deck was supposed to revolve around. It's just not even been been seen so far. I've not even drawn it yet. But I've been able to get into Greninja quite easily. Alright, we're going against an electric deck. Raikou and Tapu Koko. Okay, well, speed is not going to be on our side. Alright, what are you running alongside that? Or is it just Raikou, Tapu Koko? I've tried a deck similar to this, and all I did was run Raikou and Tapu Koko. And Oricorio. So I'm sure that might be what this deck is. Possibly. A Rocky Helmet on Raikou. To discourage from me from attacking into it. Need to bring up Pikachu. I might be running this is a very diverse electric deck. Alright. We get our Vulpix out. Let's oak it up here. We got an Airda, and there's Ninetales. That's the first time I've seen that. Alright. Get energy into our Vulpix. So we can get our Ninetales evolved up. See what they opt to do here. They oak it up as well. Okay. What all they're running? Let's see. So they got a normal Pikachu. So are they also running Raichu as well, or no? Okay. Well, it would have been nice to have started out with Vulpix, because we could have attacked with Ninetales to make sure they couldn't attach energy, but unfortunately we can't do that. Alrighty, let's get our Ninetales out. And that's going to be it. I'm willing to sacrifice Froakie over this. And I just realized that my Pokeball did not grab another basic. Am I stupid? Did I forget to put 2 Vulpixes in this deck? Am I that much of a moron? Probably. I probably somehow forgot to put a second Vulpix in this deck somehow. Oh, I'm an idiot. How did I forget? I guess I probably misclicked and only threw 1 Vulpix in here. Oh, I'm not anything but... If I'm anything, I'm stupid, I guess is what I was trying to say. I don't know. Too stupid even came up with a funny retort. Damn it. Oh, how did I only manage to put 1 Vulpix in this? And win 3 matches. Like, what the hell? Okay. Well, no wonder I was seeing so much of Froakie. Because getting Vulpix was a statistical freaking anomaly. Well, the good thing is we have an Airja to heal, so that can be done. They can't attach any energy to Raikou, but they're not going to anyway. It'd actually be good to have my Sabrina if I could get it, because I could prevent them from attaching energy to any of those Pokemon on the bench, presumably. I don't know if it would cancel out the effect of Tapu Koko or not. All right, down goes Frogadier. And all we have left is our Ninetales, because again, I've stupidly not put 2 Vulpix in here, so I'm going to have to fix that before I find the last match of this video. So this is going to draw nothing, isn't it? Yep, how did I... That is such a hugely dumbass oversight. Alright, we'll play Irdra, because I didn't draw Sabrina. Or for all I know, maybe I didn't even put a Sabrina in this deck, who knows? I feel like I saw that. Alright, if I can draw into Sabrina, I can play over my own ineptitude. But we shall see. Alright, there comes Tapu Koko. Now, if they have Oricorio, this is a done deal, because I can't get around that. The Sabrina would kind of fix that, but it would not fix the problem of Tapu Koko already being built up. Alright, well, we can survive one hit is all we can survive. Well, we can survive 2, because I can still attach. Never mind. And there's the lad. Alright, now Sabrina really does me no good. But Cyrus does if they opt to switch. Alright. Oh, so it's not the active Pokemon. I guess I misinterpreted the effect. It's whoever gets switched in. Huh. They didn't get energy attached to it when I used Plasma Hurricane. Alright. Alright. I'm stupid, but not hopelessly stupid. Alright, well, let's play Cyrus. Bring in Tapu Koko here. And then we're going to KO Tapu Koko. We're going to win our 4th match in a row with Ninetales, despite it being piloted by a moron. Alright. Well, we did manage to get a 4th win, and I will go find one more match after I've added a 2nd Vulpix. Alright, well, good game to that opponent. I'll be back when I find my last match. Alrighty, looks like I found my final opponent here. So if we can close things off with a win and go 5-0 with this deck. And I did rectify my own stupidity by adding in a 2nd Vulpix. Now, unfortunately, I think what my problem was, I didn't have 2 of the new Vulpix that came with the new set, and I thought I did, and I thought I added 2 of that, but no, I only have the 1. So we're going to add 2 different Alolan Vulpixes, but that's okay. Looks like we're going up against Jolteon, presumably. And we do have 2 Pokeballs, so that is nice as well. Now, hopefully they don't evolve turn 1 into Jolteon, because that would be a problem. We'll take damage for any energy that we attach into Vulpix right off rip. We got a Rocky Helmet. They already have their freaking Jolteon. Damn it. Alright, so we are on the back foot already. Unfortunately. But at the very least, if we can get into Alolan Ninetales, so we can make sure they can't actually attach any energy into it, so maybe we can get lucky here. But energy into Vulpix, it doesn't really hurt us to attack Jolteon because we actually can't do damage to it. So we take an energy from your energy zone attached to this Pokemon. That will get us really close to being KO'd, so I'm probably not going to do that. We got Greninja and Irida, and that's all that can be done. Alright, really need Alolan Ninetales on this pool to probably even have any sort of chance. So hopefully this can mill the deck out further and land us that. It did not. That is very unfortunate. So I've got to get Vulpix out of here and hope to God that it doesn't get Cyrus to in. And we'll put a energy into Vulpix again. I forgot that also works on the bench. All right. Well, now the Ninetales game plan is kind of out the window. Yep, so there it is. Because I can't draw into it. Well, all right. Because I've got that Jolteon out, I will take just damage after damage, attaching energy to anything. Might actually just be screwed. I don't know if there's really much I can do. I mean, I have to attach energy into Greninja. And if he switches Greninja in and attacks, we're done for. There it is. Alright, well, unfortunately, they were able to draw into this Jolteon right off rip. There was just no hope for anything to be done, especially since they couldn't draw into Ninetales to prevent it from attaching energy. I drew another Cyrus, yeah. So, unfortunately, we're not going to get any of the cards we need, and we are going to lose. All right, 5 cards left. 2 of those are Ninetales. 1 of those is Vulpix. And 1 of those is the rare candy. So yeah, anything that could have been remotely useful was at the bottom, such as my luck. Though I can't really complain too much. This video I've had just abnormal luck to win 4 in a row. But for being an Alolan Ninetales video, Alolan Ninetales has not popped up very much. Alright, well, we are going to suffer our first on paper loss of the video. I think I'll actually go find one more match just to see if we can have a little bit better luck now that the deck is built properly, but maybe built stupidly if it was a little more successful or better luck. But good game to the opponent. I'll back when I find one more match. Alrighty, looks like I found my for real final opponent here. Win, lose, or draw. Let's see if we can actually get into night. We're going up against another electric deck. Alright. Well, my luck is going south quick, fast, and in a hurry. Alright, at least this time it's not Jolteon. Okay. I mean, it's just Magnezone. That's the only... That's the only problem. Okay. We've got to get drawn into our stuff rather quickly, or else we risk losing quite abruptly. And they've already got their Hilo Disc. I mean, we have our whole Greninja line in hand. It's just a matter of surviving long enough to get into it. And because of that, they're actually going to opt to evolve Magnemite, which does give us time to get built up. But I'm drawing no other basics. Which does suck. Now, hopefully they don't have an X speed. Alright, they don't, thankfully. Alright, so we can oak it up here. Alright, we get our Ninetales, but no Vulpix to speak of. Alright, now the problem is, this Greninja actually will not survive a hit from Heliolisk, because it'll hit us for 120. Or 2 energy, so I think I might be screwed again. I played that oak to try to get something on the bench from just not drawing Pokeballs or anything. And we are now going to lose. Have no idea what this stadium does. By stage 1 Pokemon. But Heliolisk is not a stage 1. Oh, yeah, it is. For some reason I count the basic form as stage 1. For some reason that makes sense to me in my head. Alright, well, we bricked like you would not believe in that one and had just no luck to speak of. You know what, I've said this twice already, but I will find one more just to make sure this deck truly doesn't work. Alright, I'll be back when I find one more opponent. Alrighty, looks like I found my for real final opponent here, and this time I mean it. Okay, we're going to give us another water deck, so that's nice. Alright, we got our 2 Vulpixes, so we might get an Alolan Ninetales sighting. Let's see what we can do. The real question is what we're going up against. Unless we get another timeout. Alright, Suicune and Lopunny? Interesting. Are they running water and fighting energy? Because you have to have 2 fighting energy for Mega Lopunny. But who knows? We'll have to see what we get into here. Alright, they're thinking they're going to make a huge decision here. Alright. What will you do with Suicune and Bunnery? What is the thought process and the game plan here? Alright, that was the game plan. Changing turns. Alrighty, let's play our Pokeball. Get our Brokey out and about. Get the lad in here, and hopefully this will net me an Alolan Ninetales. Get some of your Greninja. Alright. Alright, well I guess we'll get our Vulpix energied up. Alrighty, we're not really having a lot of luck on any of these draws. I just can't draw into Alolan Ninetales, and they're playing Bug Trio. This is a very diverse deck. Alright, we're gonna pop for 20 here. Alright, this next card is going to be Alolan Ninetales. It is not Alolan Ninetales. Alright, will you give me Alolan Ninetales? You will not. Alright. Good to know. Well, I guess we'll spend our rare candy. And get our Greninja out. Now, if they get 2 heads, we do get KO'd. So we are going to swap. And bring Greninja in here. And I guess we'll pop Wiglet since Bug Trio is probably the bigger threat here. Since we can presumably one-shot Bunnery unless it evolves. Still need some time to get it built up, so we do have that. Not going to play I know here. I know if you could give me Alolan Ninetales, I'd really appreciate it. It did not. I don't know why it's so hard, such a struggle to draw into it. I swear all the cards go around it. Alright, we get Frogadier, but not really all that helpful. Get energy into our Greninja. Chip away at Wug Trio here. And I could Cyrus it in, I guess. We got 2 Cyruses. But we'll get rid of the Bunnery to get the for sure 1 point. And if they bring in Suicune now, we can always forcibly bring it in later. Which is what they're going to opt to do here. And we can do that twice, so that there is that. Alright, they're going to give Wugtrio just a little extra health here. They're going to put energy into Suicune. Alright, you wouldn't be Alolan Ninetales, would you? No. Alright, well, I'm just not having any luck drawing that card. It's been on the bottom every single time, it feels like. Like, I've maybe drawn into it once and then not had the Vulpix, so it's just like... The game is against me at playing it. Like, I think... Have I only gotten it out once? Like, I think just one time, that's been it. Alright, we do damage to the Wugtrio. Now they have to switch. Alright, let's see what they opt to do. Put energy into Suicune. Play their Alolan Vulpix. Another Wiglet here. And it'd be a decent amount of damage. It's exactly 100. Alrighty then. Okay, for the love of God and all this holy, show me Alolan Ninetales. I cannot draw this card. Unbelievable. Okay, well. I mean, I have no words. I can't draw into it. It is unfortunately an impossibility for me, it looks like. They're running 10 different cards in that deck and drew into theirs before I even had a hint of mine coming in. Okay, well, I can't win for losing. Probably gonna lose because I'm probably not gonna see it this turn either. Alright, is the game gonna have mercy on me and show me one of my two Alolan Ninetales? Holy hell, it showed up. I actually cannot believe it. What do you know? Alright, we bring this Wugtrio. Unless they have an X speed, they actually can't retreat. Alright, they can't attach any energy. They have to have an X speed to leave. Now, unfortunately, both of my Cyruses have been played. Alright. They oaked it up so they can't play a leaf, but they still can play an item if they have it. Let's hope they don't have it. And they've conceded. Alright, well, it only took... I don't know, till I'd almost decked out to actually draw it. So I think what will end up being like 5-2, which isn't horrible. Admittedly, 2 of those were bogus, but I digress. But I'm sure there's probably a better way to run Alolan Ninetales. Hopefully a way that actually allows you to draw into it. Like I just had Greninja magnetism. But yeah, good game to that opponent. If I didn't say that already, no really good way to segue into that. But yeah, again, as always, feel free to leave me any deck suggestions or better ways to play Alolan Ninetales or any of the cards that I was running today, or I think that just might be fun. If I didn't say it already, I'll have the entire deck listed in the description below, should you want to try this deck out or simply improve upon it. And as always, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.